something in life that I've noticed a lot of people talk about is the word balance. They might talk about work-life balance, they just might talk about balance in general. But what I've noticed is that balance is one of the most difficult things to actually find. I was watching a Gordon Ramsay interview and he was talking about how there have been times where he was working in a restaurant 7 days a week, not really taking care of himself. He said he was overweight and he had to do different things like cycling, going outside to kind of do self-care and get himself back and reach a bit of balance. And it kind of made me think, like, in my life so far, in my 28 years, right, when I was making the most amount of money, I would say, I was probably in the worst physical shape that I was. Like, you gotta think, I'm like 5'9", right, and I must have weighed like 97 kilograms, which is insane. Like, that's way heavier than I should be, right? Now I've changed my diet and everything like that, so I'm down to 79, which is a crazy. And when I was 97, that was in 2023, so that was only less than a couple of years ago. Now I've kind of changed my life a bit. I'm 79 right now. Maybe I'm not. At the time, I was probably way more busy. I was kind of actively probably making more money than I am now. But I've realized that, yo, Pusha T's also got a song, Exodus, where he's like, Steve Jobs, wealth can't buy health. And it made me think, like, raw, you could be making all this money, you could be at the top of the world in a financial kind of space, but if your physical is not taken care of, eventually you're going to reach a point where you can't reach that balance that you're looking for. You're just going to get stopped by your bad health, man. So I think Ramsey was saying that he needed to maybe slow down a bit. Instead of doing 7 days, he would do 5 days and make sure he adds in his fitness. And that's kind of like with me. I think it's important that you need to, whatever you're doing, understand you got to work hard and all that, but you need to make sure you're taking care of yourself physically. Because let's say if you're making money but you're in a bad physical state, you're probably going to cut your life short by years, and then even there's going to be periods of time where you're going to feel random pains in your body, and then you're going to have to stop. So I think ultimately it's just important just to make sure when you're grinding, take care of yourself. Like in hip hop as well, there's so many people I see who they're in their 50s, Irv Gotti, Clark Kent, Craig Mack, I'm just naming a few, Black Rob, all these people, I think they've died in their 40s and 50s, right? And most of it, I think, is that they were in a period of time where they were younger, they were probably grinding so hard, not focusing on their health, not focusing on what they were eating, whatever they're consuming, and now it's kind of caught up to them. So it kind of just makes me think, like, bro, when you're young and you're in the grind, you might actually be better off just maybe chilling for a day and making sure you've got the logistics right so you can get a bit of a self-care thing going, so that you're eating the right foods, you're doing the right exercise, as opposed to maybe going full throttle all the time and putting your health on the back burner just to get the bag, man. Because ultimately, when you do get those health problems, most of it's preventable and you don't want to be in that situation.